Welcome back to Animal Crossing New Horizons. I'm dear darling. Shall we see what's going on a lovely island of Fawnhollow today? And well, we can certainly see it's a fishing tourney. It's the January fishing tourney, winter fishing tourney, or whatever it's called. Which, of course, we will not be participating in because it's already been maxed out like 2 years ago or something. It's a fishing tourney one I maxed out in one day, which was the first tourney, which was a tourney, I don't even know how you pronounce it, which is, wild. You said, oh man, like, this is probably a good conversation for, like, Monday's episode or something, but it was something that was brought up. It's like, how do you say the word rant? And it's actually a word I say quite a lot, to be honest. You probably used, oh, sorry, I forgot to say, good evening, everyone, right? Right now it's 5:03 p.m. on, Saturday, 14th of January, 2023. I forgot to say as well as an introduction. It's a word you've heard me say a lot, to be honest. So, how would you pronounce it? And if you watched some of my other videos, you probably heard me say run. And I have learned yesterday that that's not really the way you're meant to pronounce it. You're meant to pronounce it like, hold on. Every time I try and imagine how you pronounce it the other way, I always go ran. And I'm like, no, that's American. That's not how I'm meant to pronounce it. I'm British. Rants. There we go, rants. You're meant to call it, the word is meant to be pronounced rant. And it's not that rant is incorrect, it's just very uncommon and it's not like typical, apparently, of a pronunciation. And I was like, oh, that's weird. I feel like I've only heard it been said as rant. And then I thought about it more and I was like, no, wait, maybe I haven't. I don't think I have heard like anyone else use this word. I feel like I'm the only person I know who uses this word like reasonably commonly. But anyway, so it's gonna. Am I gonna stop saying rant to say rant? Probably not instinctively. Just like I still say route and command sometimes, but whatever. My accent's a smorgasbord of things anyway. Well, sort of. But anyway, I don't know. This is a fun fact for you, because I always chalk it up to like accent differences because I have a relatively posher accent, I think, than most people, not all people, I would say. My accent's somewhere between estuary and received pronunciation, as I understand it. And rant sounds like it's something which is more than I received pronunciation, but apparently in received pronunciation it's also just rant. So I don't know. It's just, it just sort of surprised me, if anything. Anyway, that's a conversation I'll continue on Monday because that's actually a very interesting, and accents are always a very interesting thing. I might have already done that, to be honest, my own internal dialect. But anyway, it's Happy in Paradise, so we can only really speak for about 3 minutes until we find a customization where we're like, yes, this is a one. It's a one when I think about it. You might be like, what song do you have stuck in your head today? And I can tell you it's Heart of Stone from Six of Musical Still. You can build me up, you can tear me down. You can try, but I'm unbreakable. I don't know which one of those customizations to do. Oh, you know what? Hold on. Let me switch to Joy-Cons as well. These are the Joy-Con drifty ones. Oh, right, there we go. So what do we want to do? Outside, and I thought that private beach one's an interesting one. Period drama. So you basically want a tea house, but you want a filming scene. Well, let's find our recipe first, because I have been sort of neglecting to do this every single day. Not every single day, but every single time we be crafting. I'm not sure which one I'm most inclined to do right now. It has been a while since we last done a beach-related one, I think. I'm trying to think when the last time we done something like a Japanese-style one. I feel like we did a tea house not too long ago, maybe like 20 customizations ago or something. Oh, wait, hold on. You're meant to be... Wait, we've done Chrissy's one, right? We should do yours. Because Chrissy's one was the model runway. So Francine, you want to make your clothes for her runway. If anything, we should have probably put you together with Chrissy. But we're just doing them separately. Well, at the very least, I'm going to put you in the same acre as Chrissy, because I feel like that only makes sense. But that's pretty cool. You're the fashion designer, she's the model. Definitely one I should have done together, though. Sorry about that little bit of a pause, but we are going to try and seek out... I don't remember where I put Chrissy. You know what? If I was to guess, I put her in the civilization area. Oh, I didn't? Okay, never mind. Who knows where I put Chrissy, to be honest. And maybe in the future, if we end up running out of customizations to do, we'll end up pairing them together. But, that's not something which is done for me. Oh, here you are. Okay, we put you here. Well, we'll also put you here as well. Next to your sister. Because you're very much inseparable. Maybe you want time away from family, which is fair enough, but, I mean, maybe you shouldn't have such, like, intertwined, what's the word? Professions. Yeah, I don't know. But this is going to be... She's going to design clothes and Chrissy's going to wear them. Oh, you know what? Why don't I go find Chrissy's? Because I don't remember what I did on the outside. Oh, is this the one I did with Model Runway, and then the outside the Model Runway continued, or was that GG's? I don't remember. Dear darling Chrissy, just so I can sort of see what I did. Okay, hold on. It's my YouTube channel. Hold on. Video quicksand. That was the last one I did. Search. Chrissy? Is that not how you spell her name? Not with an IE? Chrissy. Chrissy Star Model Showcase. Here we go. Mute that. Get out of here. It was a pre-recorded one, apparently. 16th of September? Why is that pre-recorded? I don't know what I did that day. Oh, well. Anyway. So, I remember the inside of this one looked awesome. I personally thought. And the outside is just a load of people. Okay. So, the outside's actually very boring. So, let's do, I don't know. This one we could probably make it smaller. We just kind of want to make it look like a fancy sort of fashion-forward home, I think. You know, it doesn't need to be as grand as the runway sort of is, but I would like a sort of like display area, I think, for design she's particularly proud of. I think would look pretty cool. And she still kind of wants to live a high life, I'd imagine, so. Let's do city, even though we're not in the city, but let's just pretend. Because I'd imagine she's going to live in a very fancy area, you know. She's like, let's imagine she's like a super posh, like top tier designer, whatever, you know. This is why I'd list designers, like she's a Louis Vuitton of this world or whatever. You know, things like that. So I'm imagining penthouse suite. Or something. Just something in a big city. Stormy night. We give her like a little balcony. I don't know if Stormy Night's really what I want, though. It's a real shame this is not an animated wallpaper, actually. We could do this entire thing. It's quite royal, quite regal, quite fancy. I kind of like Cityscape better, though. And then we'll just choose a different fancy wallpaper. Because I feel like that's kind of the vibe I'm going for. I want things to feel like sleek and modern, you know, in a sense, but not like a modern apartment necessarily. So maybe blue crown is okay. It's not really the colour I'd go with for you, because we have very strong sort of black and white themings. Because that's obviously a very modern look, is using monochrome colours, black and white, right? So that's, sorry, I'm just adjusting my microphone. That's what I did for Chrissy, so it's kind of what I want to do for you as well, Francine. Flooring. I'm not sure if I want parquet flooring. Oh, maybe this one's a bit better. No, I'm not feeling it. I'm going to be honest. I like the black royal one, black crown wall. I think it's what I have to do. Although to be fair, you have a lot of items which are like wooden and less fancy. Recommended. So maybe we should maybe we should give it a bit more of a homely feel. I don't know. You do have antique and vintage. I think we can still make it classy even with these different colours. Don't you think? Yeah, I think so. So let's give you a private, like, bedroom. First and foremost. You're going to have, obviously, a different workspace from your... Or maybe you'll have a studio apartment. I'm just trying to sort of think where makes most sense for a bed. I feel like you'd want to work here so you can properly, like, show off your designs. Like, imagine it's like, that's a cool idea. Imagine it's like a shop window, despite the fact we're like 50 million miles up in the air. Don't think about that too hard. So let's give her like a display case stage, you know, like a shop window where she's got like, ooh, these are the hot fashion trends which she's created. I forget, 3x2 is not what we want. What about 2x2? Actually, we probably want it on white, right? That's probably like the brightest stage. So that's going to be like a stage area, and then that's where we're going to put like actual partitions in. And probably what we should do, methinks, is we should make it a bit longer than it is wide. Just so we can still have a sort of square studio size room. So we're going to do this. Like this. Take out the middle. That's not the middle. I guess we can't take out the middle. I don't know if I want to make it full 10 by 10. I think that's probably excessive. And we might have done it 8 by 10 for Chrissy, so this might be the sort of direction we should go in. I don't know. Marble pillar? That seems about right. Black marble. So we do this, and then we can put the mannequins there. Think about mannequins afterwards. For now, let us give you sleeping chambers. No one calls it sleeping chambers. That's a bit fancy, isn't it? Just sort of trying to figure out what we're doing, where things should go. And unfortunately, these Joy-Cons are also starting to get quite a bit of drift to them. Oh, not bad. I just want to pick up a column. Or duplicate a column. Something like this. But then what? I don't know. But which one shall it be? You bring the corsets, we'll bring the cinches. I don't know, this is sexy musical. Still in my head. Welcome to the house of home, and yeah. So I think... I'm just trying to think of like a way to divide things. This should be... What should be over here? I think she should have like a walk-in storage closet. I think that makes sense to me. Of like fashionable items and clothings. If you're a fashion designer, and that feels like a must. So I kind of just want to have like walls of these hanging clothes racks. And unfortunately, they have to be this colour. Otherwise, it's going to... Something like this, yes. Okay. You see what I'm going for? I just want like a walk-in closet. And then a fancy mirror, full-length mirror. Seems perfect. We're using dark brown. It seems as a dark brown and blue. It's sort of main colour. I want like a shelf thing. I'm not sure we need an antique wardrobe if we've already got one of those. Changing room's not a bad idea, but why don't we put the changing room here just so we can offset things a bit? And then we need to give her like an actual work area. Blue, do you have like an aquamarine? Brown and blue is an interesting colour combination as well, which I don't think we've used yet, so sort of sticking with it. Oh man, I really need new Joy-Cons at some point. So I'm sort of just trying to think how we can set this up. And I think an interesting thing we can do is instead of giving it like an actual door, we can just do like marble counters. To give the sense of a partition, but not like a full commitment to a partition, you know? You bring the corsets, we'll bring the cinches. No one wants a waist over 9 inches. Something like this. So I think we should turn the bed around this way. But we can't centre things like this. That's a nuisance. Okay, so maybe we'll just do it like this, and we'll just get rid of one of these things. And then we could put something here in the corner. We could put like a hat rack. I think, or an ironing board. That's not a bad idea actually. She should probably have an ironing board. Is all I can really say. Triangles. It's a bit trendy. We probably have a different pattern, which maybe this mint pattern fits a bit better. Can't imagine she'd go with polka dots. Polka dots is a bit retro, I suppose, right now. I mean, I guess it's got a little bit of an oldish style we got going on, but I'm just trying to look for something which colour-wise fits the thematics we're going for. I think this one could be okay. I think we'll go with this one. It's a bit modern, you know, with its sort of abstract pattern design. And then here we can put whatever, I don't know. Other stuff we can figure that out later. This now gives her a bit more room to her bedroom, which is nice. So in fact, I think we should not use columns. I think probably it makes more sense to use marble counters. Marble counters. To give a bit of height. A bit of corner to his bedroom. Oh man, I really need new Joy-Cons, huh? Walking directly into her bedroom is a bit strange, I suppose, but... So we should probably switch these two around, huh? Oh, I don't know, we can't because that's going to overtake. I do want to put something here. Maybe... Okay, you know what? I've convinced myself. We're going to make it 10 by 10. It's a rare 10 by 10 customization, which we haven't done for ages. I just need more space. And if I'm doing a customization, I'm like, the only thing I need is just a bit more space. Let's make it a bit more spacious. I tend to stray away from doing 10 by 10 customizations now, mainly because it just takes so long. And I'm like, I'm not really up for that right now, but, you know, I think this is a 1. The one you've been waiting for. Oh my gosh, please. So let's change, put this on this side instead. Oh my god, the Joy-Con. I really need a new, I really just need to buy a new Joy-Con. And I was looking at actually at new keyboards to buy as well, so, you know, I suppose we'll buy them at the same time. Actually, probably what we should do is just get rid of this. To make it feel a bit more open. Potentially what we can do. Oh my god. Please. So we can do something like this. So her bedroom has a bit of privacy, you know. And then here we can put like a bookshelf or something. But we don't completely block off the entranceway. And then this entire area here is going to be her workshop. It's where she does dust magics. Vintage dress. I don't know if it will fit in here, but I think silver's probably the best. Put it on this side of a dress room. Okay. I can see that. I feel like she really needs a boutique wear in a dress room. So maybe we'll put the vintage dress on this side. And then we can put like iron hanger stand, sure. Definitely black. With a pattern. Just something like this. Either that or maybe we can double this up. Okay, let's think what her workstation's gonna look like. She's going to have a vintage sofa. She's going to have all her friends around often. You know, her entire team working with her. They need to be here at her beck and call to be like, yes. Yes, darling. That is exactly what we wanted. Or no. Old sewing machine. She's probably got multiple types of sewing machines here. So sewing machine. Like an old one. I think we need to put like a DIY workbench or something. Here, or workshop table. Probably both, actually. I don't know if cute is necessarily the one we want, but if it's got... No, it's not really. Ironwood DIY? Maybe. I think walnut is probably the best. So let's put that in the corner. I just got to figure out where things need to go at the moment. No, I don't like that there. Because I want to put like stuff above a workbench, I think makes most sense. So why don't we do this? What's the actual classy designer? So why don't we put one of these in her actual room? I want it to scream that, like, you know, she like lives and breathes at work, you know. The grind never stops for her, that sort of thing. I didn't really like that indent, so I feel like it makes more sense for like a storage sort of area over here. And then we just sort of, like, this is where she like stores all the accessories and that sort of thing. And then I think maybe another one of those, the coat hanger things might be a good idea. I don't remember where the coat hangers are. There's also like clothing store items, which might be a clothing store like shelves, which might be a good idea. Oh, this is like a really good idea. A pants press. I think we'll go brown. It's a bit small, isn't it? I guess we'll toss it over here. But you know what I'm talking about, like shop displays. I think this could probably look pretty good as sort of like a way to display clothing. Don't remember exactly where they are. Yoga mat's a fun idea as well. I can see her doing yoga. A elaborate kimono stand. I can see this working out as well. being like, oh, this is a new fashion, like in collaboration with Gladys or something, the person who we've done a kimono designing suite for. So let's do it this way around. She's like, oh, what, collaborating with people. Or maybe this is a gift from Gladys. Maybe they're good friends, you know? I think something like this makes more sense. I want to... What's the shop thing called? And where is it? Because I would have thought it'd be in the shop location. But this is not the shop location. So, definitely we need floor lights later on. Like, all over the shop here. Maybe we should display them like this. Bright white lights illuminating the models. Or maybe they should be backwards one? I don't know. Maybe it makes more sense like this, huh? You can walk directly on one as well. Okay. Something like that, I think, would be fine. We'll cross that bridge when we get to it, but we still need to find the shelving items for clothes. You know what I mean? Yeah, these ones. Okay, they're apparently up here. Something clothing. Yes, dark wood clothing rack. What looks like a fashionable style. This royal shirt. Let's go with a royal shirt. So maybe instead of putting another one of these in, why don't we put this in? So this is like where all the shoes and socks and stuff are stored. So then we can put on full-on clothing display racks here. Just to be like a sample of a new clothing line she's working on. It's royal chic, you know. Look at these royal shirts she's creating. Dark wood. Sleek, stylish, fashionable. Yes, ironwork bench needs to be facing this way. I'm tempted to put one of these organisers in to divide things. I'm just trying to think. We probably need to put like a big table in. Antique console table, I think this could work. Put it in where though? I think she needs like a workspace like here. Like, it should not be an antique table. Are you kidding me? Why would you work on an antique table? It should very much be the workshop table. Project table, that's it. So something like this. 1, 2, 3. Let's give it a little bit of breathing space. Give a sofa a bit of a breathing space. And she just walks in here. You know, she's got all of the stuff she needs. Like a sewing machine. Yeah, sewing machine. I'm just trying to think what should go where. Maybe we should centralise it. She's got a green one. It's a retro one. It's one of those really fancy ones, you know. Something like this. She's got like a workstation in the middle. She's got a sturdy sewing box. That will keep next to her bed. So she can grab it at a moment's notice and be like, oh, inspiration has struck. You know? I like all this narrative I'm building up about this. I also saw a desk lamp which we can put over here next to it because it fits with sort of like posh-esque feeling. We're going, oh, none of these colours are quite what I want though. Yeah, we'll have to roll with it. We're like sort of slightly dipping into the retro. She doesn't have a bathroom, which I feel like would make sense for her, but whatever. Like a sewing kit, sewing project. Kind of want to swap some of this stuff around. This should definitely be in the back. And this should be near the front. And it's just like, okay, what am I going to do to fill up this space, you know? Why don't we put the sofa on the side? Put this as a display, because then it doesn't matter how close things get to it. And then we can shove this to the side again. Actually, maybe we should do it this way around. I have a feeling this might make things look a little bit mechanical if we do this. So actually, why don't we put this here? Shift this along. This gives it a bit more of a corridor-esque feeling. Then we could do this, and then put something in the corner here, which makes sense. Something like, oh yes, music. She certainly needs music to work to. And I can see her being very... Oh, I was going to put a gramophone, but maybe not a gramophone. Maybe she doesn't need a gramophone, you know? What does she use? What would she use to play music? Tape deck? Cherry speakers? A portable record player? I can see if it's working. Feed into that sort of vintage retro look she's got going on. And we do it like this just to stop the offset weirdness. Actually, what if we do something like this? Whoa, that's an interesting layout. It's more of a serpentine path. But then we can sort of fill in some of these gaps here by putting scattered papers on the ground. I think would work quite well. And I always forget where scattered papers are. There we go. I should remember where this is. It's in the shop section. Okay. So illustrations, I guess. I don't really think that makes much sense, but something like this. Just stuff. It feels like it's mess, but it's a chaotic mess. You should see it and be like, that is an artist's workshop, you know? Great magics is being created there. So what other things do we need about the place? Blue, medium, round mat. I can see her livening up her bedroom a little bit with this. Blue dotted rug, I think, could make a good sort of like a workspace designation area. It does feel a bit weird, but I think I'm inclined to try and make things feel a little bit weirder compared to usual. Just to make things feel a bit different, you know? Otherwise everything's too samey. I want to push these boundaries a little bit more, you get me? So we put this stool which he uses to reach like the top shelves and that sort of thing. Mannequins. So I could just use clothing, but I think I'm going to use the mannequins because I think the mannequins have the better sort of feel of what I want. Can these not be scented? A little bit weirdly like laid out with these lights, I'm not gonna lie. I suppose we could just double up all the lights. I'm just sort of trying to figure out where the light should go. Maybe something like this is okay. Obviously, we're going to change the mannequins, so they're not all the same. What if we did it like this? Give a bit more of a visual interest in the layout while still making it feel quite regular. Yes, I think this is the answer. Okay, now let's change our outfits because right now they are horrific. Should we just do a load of different patterns? That's why she's such a fan of this one, because that's in her new line of work. We'll call it Playful Chic. They're all dresses, apparently. I'm just picking a black mannequin because I think it sort of ties everything together most nicely. Within colour scheme. And I'm just sort of clicking the ones which are kind of blue. Yeah, there you go. Playful chic. With a little dash of a bit of a retro, bit of a vintage vibe, but not too much, you know. And everything's very much in the colour of blue. That's just what it is. There we go. Good enough. Don't overthink it, you know. So that's her current, that's like her current line. And then the next line she's working on is the one she's working on a much more cutesy sort of aesthetic right now. Light blue is such an interesting colour choice, but as an option, but I'm glad it was one. So that's what she's working on over here. Wait, we already gave her a sewing kit. Wow, you don't have a lot of small things recommended. I would have thought you'd have clothes recommended, or... I guess not. Alright. Well, we can put a load of hats up there, I suppose. Hats and accessories, which I think would fit. Can you just put socks down? You can just pile down socks. So let us pile down some fancy country socks. And probably some sort of like tights. Not just tights, that's a bit boring. Holy tights. Oh, holy tights. Label tights, there we go. Stuff just to pop down, and then I think hats makes the most sense on here. Or some sort of accessories. Cute little bowler hat. Remember, we're trying to keep things very much aesthetically in line with everything else. I think a dandy hat would work quite well. I'm not sure what we're going to put on this, to be honest. Maybe that... Oh, we could put a camera there. That's a good idea, actually. Let's find more hat accessories first. So we want things to be a bit cutesy over here. So that's kind of the vibes we're going for. It's cutesy and smart, which is a bit of a interesting colour combination. Not colour combination, bit of an aesthetic combination we're trying to nail here. I don't like that hat. Giant ribbon. Bit on the nose, isn't it? Label hat. Okay, I think it can work. And what final one? Outdoorsy. Bandana. Paperboy. Okay, there we go. We very much have a blue sort of colour scheme. I kind of want to change you. I don't like a yellow shirt. I think we can change you to something different. I'm different. Something like that. Because we got that sort of tealish, cyanish, cerulean colour going on. Alright, where do we have space now to put things? I said I was going to put a camera on here. It was probably the only thing I could think of that would make sense. Or only other thing, I should say. Did I scroll past that? I might have scrolled past it. Yeah, like an SLR camera. This has a dark blue customization. I was like, we used that recently on someone's. I don't know whose. Okay, now we need to start putting stuff on the wall. Is there a way... Do you have a different colour? Because I feel like purple stands out a bit too much. Hawk might... It fits in a bit better. I think I'm willing to roll with it. And I don't want to change... don't want to have a red carpet as your entranceway anymore. I think that's... I don't want it to be cobblestone. We'll just keep it as a generic wood. I don't think we want any of this lighting, I'm going to be honest. I think we want... No lighting, maybe. She, like, works into the night. I can see that happening. Okay, let us just see. You have no lighting recommendations. That's interesting. And also, like, only one mandatory item. That's Chrissy's photo. So we're probably going to get rid of a sewing machine, sewing box. Or we could put that out of existence because I forgot we need to put Chrissy's photo down. Okay. Because that's mandatory. Black frame. Remember who you're doing this for. Okay, let's turn the lights on for now, just so we can see what we're working with. What do I want on the wall? Cork board. Or some sort of ideas board, absolutely. Hanging shelf could be a good idea. TV? I think TV makes sense. Maybe not here, but maybe up here. So she watch the news, she can see what's going on, what are the latest trends. It's a very rare opportunity we get to use blues. But I don't know if blue on that's going to work, so... Yeah, I can't say about what is particularly well. Silver might be okay. No, that's far too light a silver. Okay, so what other things make sense? A clock. Intercom. Intercom monitor makes sense. She does look like she's living in like an apartment. I can imagine her having a fancy painting or something. Okay, ideas boards. She needs lots. Okay, those colorations, not what I'm looking for. Blue, perfect. And then we need that fabric. It's like a sample of a fabric which she's using as the point piece for her next collection. Is that centered? I think that's centered. It's a bit hard to tell. Yeah, that looks centered. And then, what sort of things? I can see her having some sort of garland-esque things hanging about. I think broom and dustpan makes sense. Clean up after itself, you know. Putting it over there. I want to put something above her bed, like maybe like an artwork or something. She screams to me someone fancy enough to have like famous paintings, replicas of famous paintings. Okay, so which one's a legit one? The left one's a legit one? Yeah, the left one's a legit one. I see her having the birth of Venus. Above there, a girl with pearl earring makes a lot of sense, I think. By Johannes Vermeer. That's sort of like a point of inspiration. Don't really know where to put it. There, sure. And then ceiling. I think hanging ceiling spotlights on this lot make a lot of sense. Backlit. I don't know if you'd rather backlit or front light. I guess front light makes a lot more sense, doesn't it, than backlight? That's too close though. Because if you backlight it, you won't be able to see things properly. Which makes me wonder if I should have moved the mannequins back a bit. I think that makes more sense. Adjust these mannequins. Mr. Gorbachev, adjust these mannequins. So we go backwards and we basically just invert the floor lights. Except for this one, has to stay forward, I guess. So I guess it can be like in a girl group formation or something. Or is this just not quite enough room? It'd be nice if we could put things on these partition walls, but we cannot. I'm also not a big fan of this rug, I'm going to be honest. It looks a bit too childish for what I'm going for. If we want, like, eloquence, you know? Fancifulness, I don't think that's something we can work with. Blue wavy rug feels a bit more modern, doesn't it? Also, a terrible idea, I think, to work with fabric on carpet, because all the loose threads are going to be absolutely a nightmare to clean up, but hey ho. I think it's okay, actually. There's not much on the walls, but I don't think there's really much more we can put. Now I think it's just ceiling light. And I think something sort of modern-esque. No, I think something more retro would work, right? Because that's kind of what we got. Ooh, I think we should put some draperies down. You might be like, where? And I'm going to be like, I don't know. But just kind of feels like we should. Maybe like over here. For the display. I guess that makes sense. I was going to say hanging shelves feel reasonable. Guess I'll do a green one. It kind of looks bluish. Pop that over there. So it's not too in the way. Or we could do this here as a sort of like pseudo division wall. I think it gives an interesting sort of division to the room. Actually, it's a bit strange, but I kind of like it. It gives a sort of like inherent wall up and down this area, which sort of makes it feel like a partition, even though there is no partition. Anyway, we haven't actually put any lights down. So I think she'd have one here, and one in the cupboard. This wasn't originally the coloration I was going to go for, but I think it's a bit better. Nah. Maybe, I don't know, cream's not bad, I'm going to say. I was actually going to say light grey, yeah. Or better to make all the colours, because we've already got a lot of busy colours going on. Have something like grey. To let the colours shine on their own accord. And then we can turn off the lights. Hey, who turned off the lights? Wunderbar. Okay, now let's give you fashionable clothes. I assume you're going to be wearing LaBelle's outfits. Is what I was imagining. Or we'll give you... Hold on. What's actually recommended? I don't know what we're going to do for the outside, I'm going to be honest. I haven't really thought that far. I think we'll just make a generic, nice-looking outside. Because she's not going to have swarms of people around her. Like Chrissy's going to do. Because Chrissy's actually out for sort of like the heart of the runway. I just want you to look like a fashion designer, I suppose. So I'm half tempted just to give you LaBelle's outfit and just call it a day. I think we gave Chrissy this. Actually, we can probably see. Do I still have it open? No, I don't. Let's see what we gave Chrissy. See, because I'd imagine I ended up giving her what's it called, Chrissy? I can't find myself on YouTube. I'd imagine I gave her LaBelle's outfit, or one of LaBelle's outfits. Play. It's not playing. Yes, we gave her a dress and a hat. Okay, well, I'm going to give you LaBelle's coat then. So it feels a bit more fanciful, doesn't it? The blue one, and we're going to give you... I will give you half-rimmed glasses. I always use these half-rimmed glasses. Perfect. There you go. You look like a fashion designer. Well, we spent a long time on this one. It's been a while since we had like quite a long customization, eh? Let's polish these all a little bit. Show that absolutely dazzling. And then the outside. Well, I'm not really going to sure what I'm going to do on the outside, but, you know, we're going to cross that bridge when we come to it, which is literally right now. So, let's figure out what we're doing outside. I think we're just going to give you a very generic outside. I don't think we're going to glam it up too much. It would just be like, oh gosh, fancy, certainly. But it's not going to be like, whoa, wild. I should think it should be early in the morning. And I'm imagining you're working late into the night. So I just kind of want to give you like a normal house. A mansion though, fair enough, but... Stucco? Stucco's quite modern. It's a bit dark, that one though. Grey stucco? I think that works. Something like that. And does that block it? Oh, it doesn't block it. I can't remember which one's recommended. I think it was that one. Was it that one? Black lilies? I don't know, we can't put it down anywhere. Alright, we'll just guess. I'm going to offset your thing slightly. Why? I don't know. I feel like we should give you a fence. I don't know why. I have no really good reason. Just feels like you should have a fence. Brick wall. That's an interesting idea. If only we could customize it. But I'm imagining a large black lattice fence, just like... You know, you like your privacy, And like, we'll make it so the path goes around the outside like this. Arch tile path. And this offsets the the unscented issue that pervades so many other Happy Home Paradise customizations. Round off corners, why not? I want to give you a car as well. I still forgot to buy the luxury car, so we're going to have to give you mini car. Or whatever it's called. Is that it? Yeah, unfortunately we can't give you a fancier car. It's not quite enough space. So I guess we'll put it here. It's like you drive off that way. Over here we have, I don't know. What makes that sense outside? Not a whole lot, I'm going to be honest. But you're also meant to be in the city. I'm just trying to like pretend you're like on like a fancy house, like at the top of a hill or something. Not really sure what to do with the outside. It's always a struggle trying to figure out what to do with the outside when this is very much an internal customization. A pool! Oh my gosh. Makes perfect sense. Now that I look at the way I've done the fence. I don't think it should be like this. I think it should be like this. So then she can have a private pool. Despite that she lives next to a lake, don't think about it too hard. This is where she parks her car. And I think I want one of the Verdana things. The gazebos, you know? Which I always forget where they are. Someone told me they were here, but maybe not. Maybe a bit further down. A fountain is quite extra as well. Maybe we should have a shell fountain. Living in the lap of luxury. She's just got wasting water while she lives next to water. That makes sense, but you know, that's who she is. I think a flower bed would be reasonable. Where's a gazebo? We should just search for a gazebo. I'm always going to forget where these are. Gazebo. What section are you in? A screen section, every single time. I never remember. Ooh. I did like this great one. I kind of want to give you a different colour fence, I'm going to be honest. I don't like this coloration. Maybe blue will be fine, but I have a feeling it's too much blue. And I agree, it's too much blue. So maybe we should go with a grey. Which a black kind of is, but... Let's see if someone's got a bit more of a greyish colour. Light blue is interesting. Maybe that fits a bit better? I don't know. And then I just want to put some small flowers here and there. Not a huge lot. Hydrangeas make sense. Next to hydrangeas drink a lot of water, as I understand it. So they're often found near waterbeds and things like that. Not waterbeds, sorry. You know what I mean. Water bodies. That's a word. Flower bed. There we go. It's a bit small. Maybe it's like evergreen ash fits a bit better. It's got a blue outline, then over here we can put more bushes, maybe? That's right. It's basically just fill up some empty spaces with bushes. Because it looks quite nice. Who says she isn't at one with nature? Anyway, it's a bit of a boring outside, but we're not really here for the outside. We're more here for the inside. And what do you think about that, Francine? It was quite a long customization. It's been a long while since I spent so long on one, I think. It's a stretch. I was going to record some Cuphead, but I have to do that later, I think. What do you think about that? It's ready. Bum ba dum bum bum. Let's see what other people have done, eh? Francine, home designer. I think there's a lot of directions you can do with this one. Francine, Wikipedia. Let's see what our actual thing's called. Classy designer. I guess I can also just wait it for a few seconds. Home for a classy designer. France. Francine. It's okay. This one's much more in line of what I sort of done. Oh yeah, you know what? I should have definitely put potted flowers about the place. I don't know. In my mind, I was like, she's a very city girl. You know, she doesn't really care that much for nature and that sort of thing. But those potted lilies really do make it feel like classy and fancy. Oh, this is cool. They have like a front room, which is like a studio room of displaying clothes, like a photo shoot area, and then a back room of where she lives. I think that makes a lot of sense. Seems like a lot of people sprung with a brown royal crown. I think this person combined Francine and Chrissy's customization, which makes perfect sense. It'd be nice if we can make them two houses on the same acreage, like in the same like area. So like the house outsides are joined, but the insides, you know, different. So let's do something like this, maybe. What's that noise? Bit of a sly look. I want to see if we can have her looking a bit more serious. Not smiling. Like this. That's perfect. Because then she looks super serious and stuff. And it's like, oh, you know, she's got no time for your business, you know. We're channeling... I think I said this to someone else's customization really recently, but what's her name from Devil Wears Prada? What's Helen Mirren's name? What's that character's name? I can't remember what it's called. It was slices. Hold on. Devil Wears Prada. It's like Amanda something. Isn't it? Miranda Priestley. That's it. If you haven't seen Devil Wears Prada, good film. You should watch it. Even though it's been ages since I've watched it. I don't even ever remember it all that well. I just remember liking it. This person went for a very sort of goth-esque build, it looks like, for all black. Yeah, okay. I mean, it's about as you expect. I feel like people went rather similar ways. This is a cool, like, combined build for Francine and Chrissy though. We use a lot of the star lamps and Celeste sort of things, using blue and pink, and mix them up together. I think that's a pretty cool idea. Home for a classy designer. Okay, Francine, Wikipedia. Gotta get Wikipedia up open so I can do the metadata on the video. There you go. I like it, I think. Anyway, if you have been watching, thank you very much. It's been Animal Crossing New Horizons. I've been Dear Darling. Any likes, comments, subscriptions, shares are greatly appreciated. Twitter and Discord are down below. Hope you see each other again, but for now, it's our farewell. So until next time, just in time, bye-bye for now.